The Marvel Cinematic Universe has changed in a dramatic way over the last several years. What once felt like a straightforward series of superhero films has grown into a massive, interconnected saga that stretches across theaters and streaming television. The stories no longer live in one place. They move between films and episodic series, each chapter adding new layers to an ever-expanding narrative. As we look ahead to Avengers Doomsday, it becomes clear that the Disney Plus era of Marvel storytelling is not optional background material. It is essential groundwork for what is coming next. After the powerful conclusion of Avengers Endgame, many fans wondered where the universe could possibly go. The Infinity Saga delivered a final battle that felt enormous in scale and emotional weight. Major characters reached the end of their journeys. Sacrifices were made. The universe survived, but it did not come out unchanged. Instead of rushing to introduce a single obvious villain to replace Thanos, Marvel Studios chose a different strategy. The studio began planting seeds across multiple platforms. Through the expansion of stories on Disney Plus, Marvel created a new kind of storytelling structure. It became less about one looming threat and more about instability spreading through every corner of existence. One of the most important pieces of this new era arrived with Loki. At first glance, the series appeared playful and strange. It focused on a version of Loki pulled from the timeline during the events of Endgame. He found himself working with the Time Variance Authority, an organization that claimed to protect the sacred timeline. The tone mixed humor with science fiction, but beneath the style was a revelation that changed everything. The timeline was not as secure as everyone believed. Branches could form, variants could exist, entire realities could split apart. By the end of the series, the illusion of control shattered. The idea of a single stable timeline gave way to the existence of countless branching realities. This shift altered the entire foundation of the Marvel Universe. No longer was the story confined to one consistent path. The multiverse became unstable and unpredictable. This development is likely to be central to Avengers Doomsday. If reality itself is fractured, then the stakes are no longer limited to protecting Earth from invasion. The heroes may have to defend the structure of existence itself. The concept of the multiverse also introduces deeper philosophical questions. If there are infinite versions of every person, what defines identity? If timelines can be rewritten, what does consequence truly mean? These ideas create a tone of uncertainty. The ground beneath the heroes is no longer solid. That instability can be exploited by someone with enough intelligence and ambition. It sets the stage for a villain who understands chaos and knows how to manipulate it. While Loki explored the breakdown of time and space, WandaVision examined the fragile nature of reality through emotion and magic.
Is this really happening?
Like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams of love.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
The series began as a tribute to classic television sitcoms. Over time, the tone shifted into something darker and more unsettling. Wanda Maximoff, grieving the loss of vision, reshaped an entire town to fit the comforting illusion of a television fantasy. She did not simply use telekinesis or energy blasts. She altered reality itself. The introduction of chaos magic changed the scale of power within the Marvel Universe. Wanda's abilities were not the result of advanced technology or cosmic artifacts alone. They were tied to something ancient and unpredictable. She created life. She rewrote minds. She controlled perception on a massive scale. The consequences of her actions were painful and complex. The show made it clear that unchecked power, fueled by trauma, can reshape the world in terrifying ways. This matters when considering what might unfold in Avengers Doomsday. If one Avenger could alter reality on a small scale due to grief, imagine what a strategic and disciplined mind could accomplish with similar knowledge. The boundaries between science and sorcery are becoming thinner. Reality is more flexible than anyone realized. That flexibility can lead to salvation, but it can also lead to catastrophe. On a more grounded level, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier focused on political tension and global instability. After the blip and the return of half the population, the world struggled to regain balance. Governments were overwhelmed. borders shifted, displaced communities felt abandoned. In this unstable environment, symbols like Captain America carried enormous weight. Sam Wilson's decision to accept the shield was not just about legacy, it was about responsibility in a fractured world. The series emphasized that Earth is not united. There are divisions, mistrust, and competing interests. Super soldier programs still exist. Extremist groups rise from desperation. This instability could make the planet vulnerable to manipulation. A powerful figure who promises order during chaos can quickly gain support. History has shown that fear is a powerful tool. If Avengers Doomsday introduces a villain who thrives on control, the political groundwork has already been established. Marvel's streaming era also introduced new heroes who represent the future of the franchise. In Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan emerged as a young fan who suddenly found herself part of the larger superhero world. Her powers connect to mysterious cosmic energy, hinting at larger implications. More importantly, her character represents hope and inspiration. She reminds audiences why heroes matter. In times of uncertainty, belief in something greater can make a difference. Similarly, Hawkeye introduced Kate Bishop as a successor figure. The show explored mentorship, legacy, and the cost of living in a world shaped by superhuman conflict. It showed that heroism is not always glamorous. It requires sacrifice and resilience. Kate's introduction signals that a new generation is stepping forward, ready to join the fight. Then there is Moon Knight, which expanded the MCU into psychological and mythological territory. The series dealt with identity disorder, ancient Egyptian deities, and moral conflict. It demonstrated that the Marvel Universe is not limited to science fiction or political drama. It can also explore supernatural, horror, and spiritual themes. This tonal expansion suggests that the coming conflict may involve more than advanced technology. It could include mystical forces and ancient powers. Trust and paranoia became central themes in Secret Invasion. The revelation that Skrulls could infiltrate governments and organizations created an atmosphere of suspicion. If anyone can be replaced, alliances become fragile. The sense of security that heroes rely on begins to crumble. In a world already shaken by multiverses, instability, and political unrest, hidden enemies deepen the crisis. All of these narrative threads converge toward a potential central antagonist, Doctor Doom. In Marvel Comics, Doctor Doom stands as one of the most complex villains ever created. He is not merely a conqueror, he is a scientist, a ruler, and a master of mysticism. His intellect rivals the greatest heroes. His ego is matched only by his ambition. Doom believes he is the only one capable of truly saving humanity. That belief makes him dangerous. Unlike previous villains who relied solely on brute strength or alien armies, Dr. Doom operates on multiple levels. He understands advanced technology. He commands magical forces. He manipulates politics. In a universe destabilized by broken timelines and fragile governments, he would thrive. If reality is fractured, he might claim he can repair it. If nations are divided, he might promise unity. The danger lies in his conviction. He does not see himself as evil. He sees himself as necessary. The groundwork laid by Marvel's television series makes the introduction of a character like Doctor Doom feel organic rather than sudden. The universe is already unstable. The multiverse is fractured. Magic is volatile. Governments are distrustful. Heroes are scattered. A mastermind could step into that chaos and present himself as the solution. The stage is perfectly set. Another important theme running through these series is consequence. In earlier phases of the MCU, conflicts often resolved with clear victories. The heroes defeated the villain, and life moved forward. In the Disney Plus era, actions have lingering effects. Wanda's grief harmed innocent people. Loki's rebellion shattered the timeline. Political decisions displaced communities. Paranoia damaged trust. These stories emphasize that every choice creates ripple effects. This focus on consequence deepens the emotional weight of what may come in Avengers Doomsday. If reality collapses or worlds collide, it will not feel random. It will feel like the result of accumulated strain. The title itself suggests inevitability. Doomsday is not an accident. It is the endpoint of ignored warnings and growing fractures. From a storytelling perspective, this approach reflects confidence in long-form narrative design. Marvel is not relying solely on spectacle. It is building tension slowly across multiple projects. Viewers who invest time in the series gain a richer understanding of the stakes. They see how each thread connects to a larger pattern. When those threads converge in a major film, the payoff can be powerful. The expanding roster of heroes also ensures that the next Avengers lineup will look different from the original team. Veterans like Sam Wilson stand alongside newcomers like Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop. Mystical figures such as Moon Knight bring a different skill set to the table. The diversity of abilities and perspectives strengthens the narrative. It also reinforces the idea that heroism evolves. As we move closer to Avengers Doomsday, anticipation grows not just for action sequences, but for narrative resolution. Will the multiverse stabilize or collapse further? Will hidden enemies be exposed? Will a figure like Doctor Doom rise as a savior or tyrant? These questions create excitement because they are rooted in groundwork already established. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has always thrived on interconnected storytelling. However, the Disney Plus era has taken that concept further than ever before. It has blurred the line between film and television. It has treated streaming series as essential chapters rather than side stories. This strategy increases the sense of immersion. The universe feels alive and continuous. In conclusion, the path to Avengers Doomsday has been carefully constructed. Multiversal instability from Loki, emotional and magical consequences from WandaVision, political unrest from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, new heroes rising in Ms. Marvel and Hawkeye, psychological and mythological expansion in Moon Knight, paranoia and infiltration in Secret Invasion. All of these threads form a tapestry of tension. The coming film represents more than another blockbuster. It represents the culmination of years of layered storytelling. If handled correctly, it could redefine the MCU once again. The pieces are in place. The fractures are visible. The stakes are higher than ever. If you enjoy deep explorations of cinematic universes and the darker themes hidden beneath superhero spectacle, make sure you subscribe to Richard Barron Horror for more analysis, breakdowns, and discussions. The journey toward Doomsday is filled with clues and shadows, and there is always more to uncover. The Marvel Universe stands at a crossroads. The multiverse trembles. Trust is fragile. Magic is unpredictable. Political systems strain under pressure. And somewhere, perhaps already watching from the shadows, a mind powerful enough to reshape everything may be preparing its move. Doomsday is not simply an event on the horizon. It is the culmination of every fracture, every mistake, and every choice made along the way.